Hey, everybody. So I'm not stopping believing. I know yesterday I was dancing. I still feel that. But can you acknowledge your roots as an adoptee? Can you acknowledge them? Do you know what they are? So as I was reading in this book today, called Belonging by Tokapa Turner. I'm emotional just because it hit me really hard. It talked about how in the Navajo tradition, in the Navajo culture, obviously I'm not Navajo, but it talked about how the way they introduce themselves is by their mother's name, their father's name, their grandfather's name, and their maternal, like their paternal grandfather's name and the maternal grandfather's name. And if I'm massacring that, forgive me. But it was disrespectful not to honor your culture when you were communicating who you were. And I just started crying because I thought, I didn't have access to my roots. I do now. And I hold those with the highest regard and loyalty. And I'm also loyal to my adopted family and their roots, but their roots are not my roots. And that loss needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be grieved. And I was sitting here trying to decide, do I share this now while I'm in the midst of the emotion? Do I sit on this a little bit? Do I think about it more before I share? But then I was like, screw it. This is the reality. This is the authentic moment. This is what I'm feeling right now. And I'm just saying, there's a lack of understanding of this in society, that adoption is born through loss, that is what it's rooted in. A loss of culture, a loss of identity, that we end up searching for most of our lives if we realize that's what we've lost. Some of us don't, and that's okay. I just had to talk about it because it just hit me really, really hard. The whole idea of being able to acknowledge our roots. We aren't even allowed to have access to them. In the state of California, I can't get my birth certificate. I'd have to pay money. It would take years. It would take a lawyer for me to get my original birth certificate. I'm a 51-year-old woman. Like, really? At this point, I'm going off on a tangent. I'll stop. But that really hit me hard. Like, my chest feels heavy. I can acknowledge my roots now. I can. My roots. Oh, sorry, guys. My roots matter, just like everybody else's do. But those who are born into their biological families, they get to experience those from before their inception. When we're in the womb, what we experience is this fear of brokenness, this fear of defectiveness, this fear of being a burden. Our hearts are the first thing to develop in the womb. Our heart, then our brain. And man, I think it's important to grieve the loss that we experience and to allow the waves of the emotion to come. I talk to clients about this all the time. Like, let yourself feel. The waves of the emotions will pass in about 90 seconds, according to science. So all that to say, if you're finding yourself in this place of really wanting to explore what your culture was and honoring that, know that you're not alone, that there are a lot of us that have been there that are doing that. In our, in the Fireside Adoptee Book Club, the book that we're reading that I just talked about, we actually had a wonderful time talking about the connection to our culture and having places in our homes that feel like safe to us, that remind us of those things. And for me, I'll show you, I'll take you up there. It's this place in my room where I have, sorry, it's a little dark as I'm going up the stairs, where I have, let's see, a picture of where I went in Italy this summer for 5 weeks. That right there is the villa that we stayed in. I have this amazing olive oil that I got from the Palazzo Masini, my boys. And then this Vespa that my son had made for me, or my son made for me. Those are the things that are in my room that remind me of my culture. They are cellular. They are what I was born with, but didn't even know until 4 years ago. So honoring that, I think, is really important. So thank you for moving through that wave of grief with me. And thank you for letting me talk about it. And thank you, Victoria, for honoring my journey. I appreciate it. And I'm grateful to be able to speak about this and hopefully to be seen, heard, and understood, because I think we all need that. Have a great Friday.